My name is Laura. Welcome to Whispers in the Dark, a modern possession. Emily, a 27-year-old teacher, moved into a small apartment on the outskirts of her city. At first, everything seemed normal, but as the days turned into nights, strange things began to happen. Whispers echoed through the hallways, objects shifted without explanation, and Emily often felt as if unseen eyes were watching her. She would wake up at exactly 3:07 a.m. every night, convinced that someone or something was in the room with her. Her friends noticed unsettling changes, sudden mood swings, unexplained dizziness, and moments when she spoke in voices that didn't sound like her own. Concerned, she spoke with a local priest. He described her situation as a potential possession, but admitted these cases often walk the thin line between faith and psychology. Cases like Emily's are rare, but they mirror many documented incidents. In the mid-20th century, reports of possessions surged, especially among young women. Medical experts believe many of these episodes align with dissociative identity disorder, sleep paralysis, or other neurological conditions. Still, some experiences remain difficult to explain scientifically. Psychiatrist Richard Gallagher, who has consulted on alleged exorcisms, has noted how challenging it is to distinguish between mental illness and something otherworldly. Emily's symptoms, voices, loss of control, strange movements, could be understood through multiple perspectives. Yet the fear they create is undeniable. As the weeks went by, Emily's experiences grew worse. She began finding cryptic messages written in her own handwriting, though she had no memory of writing them. Sometimes her reflection in the mirror seemed to move on its own. Her apartment no longer felt like a home, it felt alive. One night, she woke to hear a chilling whisper right next to her ear. "You're not alone." Desperate for help, Emily reached out to both a psychologist and a priest. Each offered solutions from their own worlds. Therapy for her mind, prayers for her soul. Soon, medical treatments and spiritual rituals overlapped, creating a strange blend of science and faith in her daily life. Stories like Emily's raise questions that go beyond fear. How much of what people experience is shaped by belief, and how much by the brain itself? Across cultures, possessions have been documented for centuries, often reflecting shared fears and religious traditions.
Emily was 27 years old when she moved into her new apartment on the city's edge, hoping for solitude after a relentless year. The place felt welcoming, with soft light filtering through bare windows and barely any noise from neighbors. But comfort faded quickly. The first night, she awoke at 3:07 a.m., heart pounding, convinced she wasn't alone. At first, she dismissed it as nerves. Yet each night, the pattern repeated. 3:07 a.m., always awake, the darkness pressing close. During the day, strange things began to happen. She'd catch the faintest whispers, fragments of words, just out of reach, echoing in hallways. Keys and small objects never seemed to be where she left them. Even her cat, usually indifferent, would hiss at empty spaces. That constant sense of being watched grew unbearable. Emily's friends noticed too. She became withdrawn, irritable, prone to spells of dizziness and exhaustion. Sometimes during conversations, her voice would shift, deeper, slower, with turns of phrase that didn't sound like her. At first, they joked about her haunted flat, but soon concern replaced laughter. Desperate, Emily sought advice from a local priest. He listened intently, mentioning the phrase potential possession, but admitted these boundaries between spiritual affliction and psychological distress are often blurred. The line between belief and biology is faint and rarely easy to navigate. Cases like Emily's aren't common, but across history, they surface. In the mid-20th century, reports of possession increased sharply, especially in women Emily's age.
Experts see patterns, stress, trauma, cultural beliefs. Some cases align with dissociative identity disorder or episodes of sleep paralysis, yet others defy simple diagnosis. Separating mental illness from true mystery is daunting. Emily's symptoms, voices not her own, moments of lost control, could point anywhere along that spectrum.
Over time, her experiences escalated. She'd wake to cryptic notes, written in her handwriting but alien to her memory. Sometimes her reflection in the mirror lagged, smiling when she frowned. The apartment, once a refuge, now pulsed with a hostile presence. One night paralyzed, she heard a whisper by her ear, "You're not alone." She reached out to a psychologist and the priest, desperate for reprieve. Their realms overlapped. Therapy sessions mixed with prayer, medication alongside rituals. Her daily life became a patchwork of science and faith. Stories like Emily's challenge us. How much of what we experience is shaped by belief, and how much by brain chemistry? Across cultures, possessions appear in folklore and faith, echoing universal fears. Eventually, Emily found peace, blending mindfulness, medical care, and spiritual support.
Emily eventually found peace by combining mindfulness, medical care, and spiritual support. Her case remains unresolved, but perhaps possession is less about literal demons and more about the fragile boundaries of the human mind and the power of the unknown. Thank you for listening to Whispers in the Dark, a Modern Possession. Remember, the world is full of shadows, and sometimes those shadows whisper back.